Phillies. 8 pairs. Essentially, this happened in less than a week. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. Now, on today's episode, let's go shopping. I gotta say, obviously this is the Pivot store, right? So it's essentially like an outlet for all of the different companies through the Accent group, which is like Subtype, Hype, Platypus, and then a bunch of stuff probably none of us really care about. But this is the first time I ever seen them do Jordans, Sauconys, everything. I just wish they had something in my size. But there has been so many crazy deals this end of financial year, whether it be Nike, Jordan, whatever. Like the craziest one to me is like $130 for Jordan 2s in the green colorway. I think it's meant to be a Celtics colorway, I'm not sure. I really like that colorway. I really like the Jordan 2. I feel like if I go down to Sydney and then I see them just sitting there at Inku and they're 130 bucks, it's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard to turn down. But the Shimas is it Subtype for 160 bucks. This is a retro of like a very popular colorway back in the day. It's crazy. But on today's episode, look, I've just been going crazy with the purchases, and it all started with the Bape forums, right? I essentially hadn't bought anything in a long time, and I only bought them because I hadn't bought something in such a long time, and I'm like, we'll get some content, this, that, and the other. And then once I bought them, it just seems like the floodgates started to open. The dust bag is next level. Like, I might have even just bought the bag. Let's get into the shoes. We got a crazy 30th anniversary Dubray. The materials are got a butter soft with the white leather on there. Yeah. Like, it's not just cheap leather that they've tumbled, this is butter leather. Camo print all over. Camo's like a normal hardened sort of leather, but it's still soft. Bape logo on the side there, a bathing ape across here. You got the Bape camo going all around it. So yeah, it started with them. I bought them because nothing was really happening. Then all of a sudden, I didn't even try and I hit on the Thunders, the Jordan 4 Thunders. RA to Adam, which that's another RA. So Adam, if you're watching, the SB4's got to come my way. I feel like it's only fair. Then there was the Yeezy raffle, and I'm like, I've never hit on anything on Adidas, so let's just try. It gets botted a lot and all that. I hit them on the 350s, like the only thing I go in. The Onyx 350s, I hit on them. What do you think about these? Not really something that I wear. I'm not sure. I may try. Look, they may just become that type of comfy joint that I always wear. People been talking them up for a minute. Plain black, real easy to wear. Then when I was just scoping out the fast time situation, I come across some 574s for $60. How do I go past that? 574s have been one of my most popular silhouettes for years, well before everyone got onto New Balance, and I'm calling it right now. I've got receipts if need be. Then we have the grey SB Dunks. Take all the hype and everything away from it. Like, these are a nicer looking shoe to me, like a more wearable colour than the Orange Lobsters, than the halves, even the SB4s, definitely the cherries. But I feel like there's a bunch of stuff I'm missing too. But the grey SB Dunks as well, such a clean pair. Like the grey suede with the gum rubber, crazy. But in all those shopping trips and bits and pieces, right, I'd had so much come at once, but you gotta try and keep content relevant and everything with what's coming out. So I like had to leave 2 pairs here essentially that I wasn't, you know, they weren't current. Well, one of them's current, one of them's not, but like you gotta go with the hype essentially. I don't know. But when we went shopping in Sydney last time, we came across the cool grey 2s, and they were incredible. Like, I was blown away by how good they were. Adam was blown away by how good they were. I worked out I probably needed an 11.5. The biggest we found was an 11. Adam ended up buying them, right? He literally sent me a photo today of him wearing them. He said, they're so comfortable, all this, that, and the other. We went around all Sydney, got to the point where, like, by the time we're at Parramatta, I just flicked through and went on USG and purchased them. And I unboxed them, so let's do that. Yeah, first I couldn't find the knife, now I can't find the scissors, so we got this little screwdriver thing. So let's open these up, because I'm mad keen for these. They may even go straight to feed tomorrow, because these are underrated. Nobody checking for these. I want to say I've seen Fat Joe rock these courtside at a Knicks game. And the pair, I found out later, was like a little bit too small for him, but he still went for it. Me, I couldn't do that. I had to make sure that I got the right size. We did try them on at Nike, the size 11. You didn't see that, you saw Adam try them on. But I needed the 11.5, which is the US 10 in men, so let's get into it. Shout outs to USG. I bought so many pairs from there when, you know, it's a bigger size or a size is gone. USG just seemed to have my size. Got the Jordan 2 box we've been accustomed to seeing. They always do the receipt in a nice envelope. Man, these are crazy. Now, don't get me wrong, I've already seen these in hand and everything like that, but these are such a dope shoe. And nobody checking for them. I think partly because there are 2. But I'd also say, like, partly because it's a women's release. A lot of the time you'll get a women's release and people just don't care about it. For me, I don't really care. One, because I can get them in my size. A lot of times where, you know, if you're bigger than a 10, it's hard to get. I mean, Foot Locker only go up to a size 10 in women's. These are 11.5, not even, like, certain stores. I think Subtype said when we first saw them, they only got a size 9. That's as big as they went. So quality of materials, the QC, everything like this, super on point. We'll get B-roll for all this, but yeah, there's a pair that as soon as I saw them, I'm like, man, I need these. Icy blue hits everywhere, the laces, like, it's just a great contrast. For me, the
cool grey thing. You know, I've got cool grey 3s, I've got cool grey 4s. I had 11s, I traded them. Did I trade them or give a retail assist? I can't remember. But these are up there in terms of cool grey. So I don't know, man. Whatever you're gonna see right now could be just some standard B-roll. It could be on feet shots. I'm not sure. These are so nice. Super underrated too. Like, I honestly, I don't know. Twos don't go. People aren't on twos, man. Like, even with all the hype collabs, I think the only hype collab that really did any good, was the Off-White ones. Shelf life, that pack, that international pack, no good. Union 2s, you can get them under retail. Balvin 2s, you get them for like $200 under retail. They were like $500 when they came out here. I'm pretty sure you can get them for like $300, so if not lower. That's on Sneaker Dunk, but these are crazy. You need to get a pair of these for sure. You're gonna be seeing all the B-roll, you're gonna be seeing all the quality, and get them into your life, man. Let's wrap this up.
These are, I still ain't worn them, but I'm gonna wear them tomorrow. I keep forgetting to wear them because they're so nice. I need to get some photos, need to get content, all that. But these are so nice. No one checking for them. No one is checking for this shoe. But like, in terms of quality, in terms of everything, like materials, that is so nice. It's a women's shoe. Usually anything with women's, just there's no hype around it for whatever reason. It can be the dopest color in the world, but if it's women's, people are like, oh, it's a girl shoe. I don't really care, as long as it's dope. In that same trip, right? Excuse my voice too, I'm a little bit nasally. I'm winter kicking my ass, bro, for real. In that same trip, after we went to Parramatta, we went to the outlets, and they have 40% off. So you know people were acting up. 55 bucks. Crazy. People just throwing shit everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter. People turn animals when there's a good sale. This pair, what are we looking at? I feel like it's a $200 shoe. Down to $130 at the outlets, then you get 40% off. OG silhouette, OG colorway. It is The air structure. These are insane. What's crazy is this colorway, like you see the blue with the infrared. Is that infrared? Maybe it is, I don't know. I saw that colorway at Pivot today on like some random generic shoe. And I was like, I see what you're doing there. Man, like, I want to say I paid like, what are we talking? I wish there was a receipt here because I ain't good at maths. But I like 40% off 130, whatever that is. Crazy. And this is a shoe that I looked at when it came out. I'm like, bro, I remember these. These are crazy. And even like OG heads were like saying they can't wait for these to come out. And I remember like a guy that I know, Boyd, especially was talking about these coming out. And he got them like as soon as they came out. But it's a very niche market, right? This is something that is super comfortable, old school type style, something that I'm keen on, something that I'm gonna wear. That maybe at the time when they came out, there was like 5 or 6 pairs that I would put ahead of this. We're not talking about unlimited money here. Like, I'm still an everyday person, but 40% off 130? What are we talking? So what's that? 130 minus 52, $78. $78. How could you not? At the time, there was a pair of 90s as well, and I remember doing the math in my head, like I'm working out, alright, this should be this, and I took both pairs up. I think another pair was like a pair of 90s, and I wasn't that keen on it, but like, it was been a long day. We're going to Sydney, we're going to Parramatta, then we went to this. My brain was fried. I essentially did the math of what would be taken off, and somehow worked that out to a bit of price, or something, I don't know. I get to the thing, and he says like, whatever it was for this, another pair, and something else. I feel like I bought something else. Can't remember. But I was like, yo, why is it that much? I'm like, oh no, I've messed my maths up. Alright, we'll just get this pair. The 90s were literally just because it was so crazy of a price. But man, like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like in Melbourne at the same time or if it's just at Homebush. But anytime there is a sale, people turn wild. There is like shit just thrown everywhere. And like, I sympathize with the retail workers because I've been a retail worker. I've been a retail manager. Like, that's just disgusting behavior. You would never do that at your house. You would never treat anything like that. But it is what it is. This, in my opinion, for $78, crazy pickup. So if we count it out, right, we go Vape Forums, Lightning 4s, Cool Grey 2s, these, Grey SBs, 574s, Yeezys. I want to say there's one more. So whereas you're getting the bits and pieces like the suede and everything on this, the overall quality is much better in this. This is a much softer leather. These are quite tight. They've also got a really weird stiff tongue. Phillies. 8 pairs, essentially this happened in less than a week. Or maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. But I had been so conservative this year in terms of buying pairs and everything like that out of nowhere I'd bought like 8 pairs in 2 weeks. Crazy. I need to calm down, which is good because for this month the only thing that I know that's coming out that I'm actually interested in is the UNC toe. So as long as I get them, we're good. But it is what it is. Let me know what you guys have been doing. At the start of the year, a lot of us have been talking about we're slowing down on purchases, especially with how the world is, man. The world's going crazy in terms of money. We're gonna hunker down and do all this. And I'm noticing it as well by the pairs that go on special that we aren't purchasing as much this year. So let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back twice a week. Peace. What's that? $52 off? Let's see how good my maths is. I think it's like $52 off. They're gonna look ridiculous if it's not. Yeah, $52 off. No, I'm on point.